Ryan always said the same sentence whenever someone asked about his future. Relax, I'm still young. I have plenty of time. And, in a way, everyone believed him. He was the smartest student in his school, the kind of guy who understood everything just by listening once. Teachers praised him, classmates admired him, and his parents were proud. Ryan had everything to go far, except one thing: respect for time. While others reviewed notes, he scrolled endlessly on his phone. While his friends studied for exams, he played games late into the night. Whenever his mother knocked on the door and warned, "Ryan, you should be studying," he would answer without taking his eyes off the screen. "Calm down, Mom. I'll study later." Later became his favorite refuge. Later he would read. Later he would review. Later he would change. But later is a promise that time rarely keeps. The year passed quickly, as all years do when we don't pay attention. On the day of the final results, Ryan walked confidently through the school hallway. He smiled, joked, filmed stories for social media. Deep down, he was sure, even without studying, his intelligence would save him once again. But when he saw his name on the list, the ground disappeared. Failed. For a few seconds he froze, thinking it was a mistake. Then he checked again, line by line, as if the letters could change by force of will. They didn't. His friends, avoiding his eyes, backed away in silence. The teachers, who once said he was promising, now just looked at him with disappointment. At home, his parents didn't yell. They simply stayed quiet, and silence hurts more than any scolding. That night, Ryan lay on his bed with his phone in his hand, but for the first time, the screen didn't distract him. Every notification seemed stupid. Every meme, every video, every wasted hour came back to his mind like a movie he no longer wanted to watch. He had lost a year of his life, not because he wasn't capable, but because he believed time would always wait for him. With a knot in his throat and a weight on his chest, Ryan decided to visit the only person who still made him feel safe. His grandfather, Noah, a retired teacher known in the family for his calm voice and sharp mind. When Ryan arrived, his grandfather was watering some plants in the yard. Without saying anything, the old man noticed the boy's eyes and knew something inside him had broken. Ryan told him everything: the laziness, the wasted hours, the failure, the disappointment. When he finished, he expected advice, comfort, maybe a "it's not that serious." But his grandfather didn't do that. He just looked at his grandson with a steady, compassionate gaze and said, "Ryan, you didn't fail because you're not intelligent. You failed because you treated time like a joke, and time doesn't laugh with anyone." Ryan lowered his head, ashamed. His grandfather continued, "Time is like river water, my boy. Once it flows past you, it never returns by the same path. You can dive in other parts of the river, but that drop that went by is gone forever." Then Noah sat down on the old chair on the porch and said, "Let me tell you a story. Maybe you'll recognize yourself in it." He spoke of Adam Reed, a man who had started from nothing and built a large company. Adam had been disciplined, focused, obsessed with making every minute count. He woke up early, studied, worked hard, and climbed step by step until he became a respected CEO. But something changed, his grandfather said. When Adam got rich, he thought he had won the game. He began to wake up late, skip meetings, postpone important decisions. He spent hours on social media, lost in distractions, believing that success was a permanent state. An advisor once pulled him aside and warned, "Adam, you're wasting the most precious asset you have, your time. Money comes and goes, time only goes." Adam laughed, just like Ryan used to. "I know what I'm doing. I'll fix things later." Only later never came for him either. Months passed, profits fell, competitors overtook the company, investors withdrew. When Adam finally woke up to reality, he was sitting alone in an almost empty office, surrounded by memories of what could have been. He didn't lose everything because he was incapable, Noah concluded. He lost because he thought time would forgive his laziness. Ryan felt a chill, as if the story had been written about him. The failure at school, the constant later, the wasted nights. It all echoed inside. "I don't want to become like Adam," he murmured. "Grandpa, is it too late for me?" Noah smiled gently. "It's too late for yesterday, Ryan. But it's not too late for today. The question isn't what you lost, it's what you'll do with the time you still have." That sentence pierced Ryan's chest like lightning cutting through the sky. For the first time he understood. Time was not an infinite background to his choices. It was the stage itself, and every act he postponed was a scene that would never be performed. From the next morning, he changed. He set an alarm earlier than usual, and even with sleep weighing on his eyes, got up, turned off notifications, deleted games, limited social media. He drew up a study schedule and for the first time in a long time committed to following it. Laziness still whispered, "Relax, you can do it later." But now Ryan had learned to answer, "No, if it's important, it's now." The days were not easy. Habits rooted in comfort fought back. There were moments when he wanted to give up, to go back to the old life, to drown again in meaningless distractions. But every time that happened, he remembered Adam's empty office and his own name marked in red on the list of failures. He studied day after day, week after week. Slowly, the results began to change. Grades rose, teachers were surprised, his parents' eyes shone again, not because of the grades, but because they saw effort where before there was only excuses. Years passed. Ryan finished school, went to college, and later started his own business. He became a respected entrepreneur, not for being the most brilliant, but for being the most committed to one thing: not wasting time. On his office wall, he hung a framed phrase in his grandfather's handwriting: "Time is the key to success. Once lost, it's never recovered." Below, he added his own conclusion: "He who respects time is rewarded by it." Whenever a young intern arrived late, always with the same excuse, "Relax, I still have time," Ryan would call them into his office, tell his story, and finish with a simple warning: "You don't need to fail big to learn. You just need to stop being lazy while you still have time to change." Because, in the end, that's the greatest truth life had taught him. Failure isn't the worst punishment. The worst punishment is realizing too late that you had all the time you needed, while you were too lazy to use it.